Where the ocean meets her eyes, the salt-laced wind whipped through Elias's hair as he stood on the cliff's edge, the familiar scent of the ocean filling his lungs. He'd come to this spot countless times, seeking solace in the rhythmic crash of the waves against the jagged rocks below. The sea was his constant companion, a vast, unknowable entity that mirrored the complexities within his own soul. Elias was a writer, a dreamer who found inspiration in the raw beauty of the coastal town he called home. He crafted stories that explored the depths of human emotion, tales of love and loss, hope and despair. Yet, despite his facility with words, he had never experienced the kind of profound connection he wrote about. Love for Elias was an abstract concept, a narrative device, rather than a lived reality. That was until he saw her. Her name was Isla, and she worked at the small bookstore in town, the Book Nook. Elias had frequented the shop for years, drawn to its cozy atmosphere and the scent of old paper and ink. He'd exchanged polite greetings with Isla on occasion, but he'd never truly seen her. One afternoon, as he browsed the poetry section, Isla approached him, a gentle smile gracing her lips. "Looking for something in particular?" she asked, her voice soft and melodic like the whisper of the tide. Elias, usually so eloquent, found himself tongue-tied. He stammered something about Neruda and love poems, acutely aware of the blush creeping up his neck. Isla chuckled, a sound that resonated deep within him. "Neruda's a good choice," she said, her eyes sparkling with amusement. He understood the language of the heart. She reached for a worn volume on the shelf and handed it to him. "This is my favorite collection. Perhaps you'll find some inspiration within these pages." As their fingers brushed, Elias felt a jolt of electricity, a spark that ignited something dormant within him. He looked up, his gaze meeting hers, and that's when he saw it. The ocean. Isla's eyes were the color of the sea on a stormy day, a swirling vortex of blues and greens flecked with hints of gray. They were deep, fathomless pools that seemed to hold the secrets of the universe. In that moment, Elias felt himself falling, tumbling headfirst into the depths of her gaze. He bought the book, his hands trembling slightly, and mumbled a thank you before hurrying out of the store. He walked straight to his cliffside perch, the book clutched tightly in his hand. He didn't open it. He couldn't. He was too consumed by the image of Isla's eyes, the ocean that resided within them. From that day forward, Elias was a man possessed. He found excuses to visit the Book Nook every day, lingering near the poetry section, hoping for a chance encounter with Isla. He'd strike up conversations about literature, about life, about anything that would keep him in her presence. He learned that Isla was a marine biology student, passionate about protecting the ocean and its inhabitants. She spoke of coral reefs and migrating whales with a fervor that captivated him. He discovered that she loved to paint, capturing the beauty of the coastline on canvases that reflected the same vibrant hues as her eyes. Elias, in turn, shared his stories with her, tales of fantastical worlds and flawed heroes. He read her excerpts from his latest work, a novel about a lighthouse keeper who falls in love with a mermaid. Isla listened intently, her eyes shining with genuine interest. Slowly, tentatively, a connection began to form between them. They started taking walks along the beach, collecting seashells and sharing their dreams. They'd sit on the sand watching the sunset paint the sky in fiery colors, their shoulders brushing, a silent acknowledgement of the growing attraction between them. Elias found himself drawn to Isla's spirit, her unwavering optimism, her deep empathy for the world around her. She saw the beauty in everything, even in the face of adversity. She taught him to appreciate the small moments, the simple joys of life. He realized that he wasn't just falling in love with her eyes, he was falling in love with her soul. One evening, as they sat on the cliff, watching the moon cast a silvery glow on the water, Elias confessed his feelings. "Isla," he said, his voice thick with emotion, "I think I'm in love with you." Isla turned to him, her eyes wide with surprise. "Isla," she whispered, "I..." Before she could finish her sentence, Isla leaned in and kissed her. It was a tentative kiss at first, a gentle exploration of lips and souls. But as their passion deepened, the kiss became more fervent, a merging of two hearts that had longed for each other for so long. When they finally broke apart, Isla's eyes were filled with tears. "I love you too, Elias," she said, her voice trembling. I was just afraid to say it." From that moment on, their love blossomed like a wildflower, vibrant and untamed. They spent their days exploring the coastline, hand in hand, their laughter echoing in the salty air. They shared their dreams, their fears, their hopes for the future. Elias found that his writing had taken on a new depth, a new resonance. He wrote about Isla, about her eyes, about the ocean that connected them. He wrote about the transformative power of love, the way it could heal old wounds and bring light to even the darkest corners of the soul. His novel about the lighthouse keeper and the mermaid became a bestseller, a testament to the power of their love story. People were drawn to the authenticity of his words, the raw emotion that poured from every page. Elias and Isla got married on the beach, surrounded by their friends and family. The ocean was their witness, the waves crashing against the shore in a symphony of love. Illa wore a dress the color of sea foam, her eyes sparkling like the ocean on a sunny day. As they exchanged vows, Illastal looked into Illa's eyes and saw not just the ocean, but a reflection of his own soul. He knew that he had found his home, his safe harbor, in the depths of her gaze. Years passed, and their love only grew stronger. They built a life together, filled with laughter, adventure, and unwavering support for each other. They traveled the world, exploring new coastlines, diving into the depths of the ocean, always hand in hand. Elias continued to write his stories inspired by their shared experiences. He became a renowned author, his words touching the hearts of millions. But his greatest accomplishment, he knew, was the love he shared with Isla. One day, as they sat on their cliffside perch, watching the sunset paint the sky in vibrant hues, Isla turned to Elias, her eyes filled with a familiar sparkle. "Do you remember the first time we met?" she asked, her voice soft with nostalgia. Elias smiled. "How could I forget? I saw the ocean in your eyes, and I knew that I was lost." Isla laughed, a sound that still made his heart skip a beat. "You weren't lost, Elias," she said. "You were found." And in that moment, Elias knew that she was right. He had found himself in the depths of her eyes, in the vastness of her love. He had found his purpose, his passion, his everything. He leaned in and kissed her, the taste of salt and love on her lips. The ocean roared its approval, the waves crashing against the shore in a thunderous applause. For Elias, the ocean would always be a reminder of Isla, of her eyes, of the love that had transformed his life. It was where their story began, and it was where it would continue forever and always.